Capital News tonight. The government closes schools and stops public gatherings due to the coronavirus. TANESCO switches off power in flood-affected areas in Rufiji. And in sports, the national team will proceed with camp despite the Zone 5 Beach Volleyball Bowl Championship being postponed. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. The government has announced that all nursery, primary and secondary schools will be closed for 30 days as from March 17th, 2020. The announcement was made in Dar es Salaam by the Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa at a press conference on measures being taken by the government against the coronavirus. He also said that a big indoor and outdoor gatherings to be postponed, including sports events, music festivals, political rallies and graduations. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has urged Tanzanians who have information on patients with the virus to call the free hotline numbers 0800110124 or 0800110125 and 0800110037.
Pia tumefunga shule zote za awali, shule za msingi, shule za sekondari mpaka kidato cha 6.
Preschool, primary and secondary school to the 6th form have been closed for 30 days from today, the 17th of March, and the ministry will carry out amendments to the 6th form exam timetable planned for May the 4th, so it will be moved forward to allow them to cover revision time lost during this period. But we have also cancelled all games like the National Premium League of Tanzania and all school games.
Lakini pia tumesitisha michezo yote inayokusanya makundi ya watu kama vile ligi kuu ya Tanzania, ligi daraja ya pili, ligi daraja la kwanza, lakini pia michezo ya shule za msingi, UMITA-SHUMTA.
Electricity services in areas affected by floods in Rufiji District Coast region have been cut off due to destruction caused on infrastructure such as electricity poles at Muhiri Ward. Inspecting Rural Energy Agency projects and infrastructure belonging to electricity company TANESCO, the Deputy Minister of Energy Subira Mugalu said power has been switched off to prevent further disasters.
Matengenezo yanaendelea, lakini wasimamie zile mashine mbili ambazo zinafanya kazi.
Repair work is going on, but we must ensure that we manage the two machines so there is reliable electricity. We are working on installing the new transformer in the coming week, but I'm asking that you allow this area to be disconnected because it isn't safe. However, we will connect back electricity for areas on dry land.
Nilishafanya mwanzoni, alafu nikafeli. Hebu niacheni kwa na magereza, angalau nipige nao hatua kadhaa.
I did so in the past and I failed, but right now I can't go back.
Sisi tena kurudi kwao.
Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM has suspended events such as public gatherings being measures against the coronavirus threat a day after the government confirmed its faith case.
Kwa upekee tunampongeza kwamba bajeti iliyokuwa iende kwenye Mwenge.
We commend him in that the budget that was supposed to be allocated for Mwenge, all of it will be taken to a special pool in the Ministry of Health to help fight the coronavirus. I urge all of us to stand together and pray to God to protect us just as he has done in the past.
Tanzania na watu wake, Mungu muumba wa mbingu na dunia atunusuru.
Residents in Zanzibar have expressed a fear after 2 German nationals were suspected to have the coronavirus. The 2 German nationals had gone to Global Hospital with flu and fever symptoms, a situation that resulted in staff at the hospital to be evacuated before a spraying operation was implemented. The Minister of Health in Zanzibar, Hamad Rashid, has said that the 2 nationals have been quarantined and that samples of tests have been taken to Dar es Salaam for investigation.
Tutatoa tamko rasmi kabisa kwa measure nyingine zipi na zipi tunazichukua ili kuhakikisha kabisa tuko zaidi salama.
I would like to insist that we're taking the right measures to ensure our safety. During this period, we've had about 8 cases, 5 foreign and 1 local. The first 6 cases tested negative, but yesterday we had 2 more cases under observation, so we hope by 6 experts will tell us the status, then the government will decide accordingly. Once we get any suspicious cases, we carry out tests, so we're asking everyone to be calm. We will advise you accordingly. The government will not hide information from you because this affects us too.
The leader of ACT Wazalendo Party, Zito Kabwe, has told Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court in Dar es Salaam that he had no intention of spreading hatred, as has been alleged in the incitement case against him, but that he had wanted investigation to be done to find out the truth on reports of the killings of citizens by police at Mpeta village in Uvinza district, Kigoma region. In the case, Zito Kabwe is alleged to have used words which could have created animosity between police and citizens during a press conference held on October 2018. He said the police had never given a report on the incident, but rather his press conference, and that witnesses from the prosecution, including a doctor, had confirmed there were some people who were killed and others injured who had been taken out of the hospital where they had gone for treatment. In another development, the chairman of ACT Wazalendo, Saif Sharif Hamad, has said that his party will nominate a presidential candidate in this year's general election if opposition political parties will fail to agree on one candidate.
Kama alivyosema Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano Dr. Magufuli kwamba ataruhusu.
The President of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, said that he will allow public gatherings on the election year, which is this year. So it is our hope that will be soon. He will allow us to engage in political activities according to the Constitution, and we will try our best to honor the Constitution.
Kufanya yale ambayo yamo katika katiba ya nchi.
Executives and health personnel at Kilimanjaro International Airport and the Namanga border post have said that more efforts are needed on educating travelers on the importance of adhering to preventative measures against the coronavirus.
Tayari tuna vifaa muhimu. Kwanza tuna mashine.
We have specialized equipment which can sense a patient from 20 to 30 meters away, but also detect temperature on someone infected with the virus.
Kwa ujumla tumejipanga na tumeshahamasisha jamii kwa ujumla.
We are prepared and we have sensitized the general public in places of worship and through local government officials.
Vibali vya promotion.
Recreational permits will not be issued so as to limit the number of people interacting. You know, there is a lot of cross-border movement.
2 people have died after they were swept away by water while crossing the bridge on Ndurumo River at Ilunda Ward, Mkalama District, Singida region. The incident occurred when Frank Manasseh, a resident of Mwanga village, was helping Rahel Ernest cross the bridge.
Ni mzazi wa kijana wa kiume anaitwa Frank Manasseh Vijana hawa siku ya tarehe 13 kama alivyosema mtendaji.
I'm Frank Manasseh's father, and on the 13th, a young girl was coming from church, and as she was crossing the river, he went to help her cross, but sadly, there was too much water and they were swept away. We have been looking for him, and this morning we were informed that a body had been found. We are asking the government to consider us in our predicament because the makeshift bridge isn't safe. We are suffering so much, it is so hard for expectant mothers.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And in international news, Health Cabinet Secretary in Kenya, Mutahi Kagwe, has announced that one more patient has tested positive for coronavirus in Kenya, bringing the total number to 4. The Cabinet Secretary said that the patient had traveled from London on March 8th and arrived in Kenya the next day, and that the patient's samples were confirmed as positive by the National Influenza Center, which so far has tested 111 suspected cases, together with the Kenyan Medical Research Institute, KEMRI.
Today, we have received confirmation of another case of coronavirus following tests carried out to a patient in one of our private facilities. This now brings the number of confirmed cases of coronavirus in the country to 4.
I have decided to declare Saturday, which will be the 21st of March 2020, as a national day for prayer.
The Ministry of Health in Uganda, in collaboration with the World Health Organization, has announced that health personnel in the country are ready to respond to the coronavirus if confirmed to have entered the country.
We are better prepared than we
were a year and a half ago, because we are well prepared due to the investments that we did in purchasing equipment, something that is putting us in good position of combating the virus.
I'm a business lady.
I am a business lady, and I collect my merchandise from Kenya. Last week I was in Nairobi. Honestly, coronavirus is a real threat, and it exists. Let us put all our efforts in protecting ourselves from the virus. May all the citizens be responsible by considering things that might bring attraction to spread of the disease. I urge Ugandans to use masks because they really protect us. The Ministry of Health in Burundi has said that no coronavirus has been reported yet, but urge citizens to adhere to preventative measures, which include avoiding handshakes, hugging, and to wash hands frequently. At the market, there are no goods. I think this is the impact of coronavirus. Traders are failing to travel abroad. Prices have risen in every product, from beans, rice, sardines, among others. Whoever will be found increasing prices of food products in markets will be dealt with accordingly. We are calling on people to give information so that those people can be dealt with for breaking laws. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. The National Environment Management Council standard plastic bags weighing 4 tons from entrepreneurs and destroyed them at Dangote Cement Factory.
Tulifanya zoezi tarehe 21 mpaka 24 mwezi wa kwanza.
Between 21st to 24th January 2020, we carried out operation of confiscating low-quality bags that were still found in our markets. Today, in collaboration with Dangote Cement, who will help us in destroying the bags by using their technology, we shall collect all of the below-standard bags in the country and destroy them at the Dangote Cement Factory. Tanzania Private Sector Foundation has cancelled a business forum which was planned to be held in the Democratic Republic of Congo on April 6th this year due to the coronavirus pandemic which has entered the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Sisi Tanzania hatujasalimika na wenzetu wa Kongo.
Neither us Tanzanians nor our fellows from Congo are safe from coronavirus. Because of this global pandemic spread, we have decided to call off our meeting until when the situation is safe enough.
Your cases, lakini so far maeneo hayo yote uliyoyataja,
Lubumbashi, Kalemi, Goma, Bukavu, there are no reports of coronavirus cases. The government of Congo has not restricted movements yet. No Tanzanians have been restricted. This means that trade can proceed as before. And residents in Uvinza district, Kigoma region, have called on the government to provide education on the cashew crop due to increasing interest on the crop in the district. We are really calling on improvements of education in this crop, because if you are given pesticides and you do not know proper uses of it, it is easy to misuse the product. A tree that is friendly to our environment and economy, then we should plant cashew trees. I am calling on farmers to immediately vacate from forest reserves. And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose some length.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has announced that all sports events that attract thousands of people have been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. The sports events postponed include the primary and secondary school competitions, Umita Shumta and Umiseta respectively, all football leagues including the Premier League and the First Division, as well as other sports leagues. Workers as well as companies' competitions have also been postponed with the aim of minimizing the spread of coronavirus, which has already. Despite the postponement of the Zone 5 Beach Volleyball Championships, the national team will proceed with camp until the end of this month to complete their program.
The camp was to go for maximum of 12 days in its full program. You know, if you have prepared a program, it is good to make sure you finish the program, because what the player achieves is the most important. When it is announced, we won't have enough time to get prepared. So we won't have many things to learn, but a few things to finalize.
This summer's European Championship has been postponed until the summer of 2021, UEFA has decided, as it contemplates the unprecedented disruption caused by the coronavirus.
European football's governing body held its scheduled conference call with Europe's 55 national football associations, and 17 minutes later, the Norwegian FA was the first to tweet the news that the tournament has been postponed until next year. The tournament was due to have been held this year from 12th of June to 12th of July in host cities of 12 countries right across Europe, including London, Glasgow and Dublin. Wembley was due to host 7 matches at Euro 2020, including the semi-finals and the final.
A 21-year-old Spanish soccer coach was killed by the coronavirus while also battling leukemia, according to a report. Here are more details.
The coach had been advised to seek medical help after he began experiencing trouble breathing, Spanish newspaper Malaga Hoy reported. Garcia was told that not only did he have both coronavirus and pneumonia, but he was also suffering from leukemia.
And Manchester United have stopped their players from training at the club's Carrington base and asked them to work individually following fresh advice regarding coronavirus from Boris Johnson. Here's the story.
Against all non-essential physical contact and travel. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager, had been due to take training on Tuesday morning. The club spokesperson said, "We continue to review the situation day by day. But in light of the evolving situation and latest governmental guidance, the team will now be training individually away from the ATC."
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.